Hi. What a blessing that you would be here with me today. I was actually supposed to film this a month ago today, and I was supposed to have a very special companion with me. His name was Paco. He was 19 and a half, and he passed away the day before. I was supposed to do this video with him. He is certainly with me in spirit, though, my friends. uh, He was a very faithful companion for 13 and a half years. We got him when he was like 5 and a half and had him for that time. I want to show you my very special friend, Caitlin, made these. She is 16 years old. Beautiful, beautiful young woman. She's taken an art school class as well in college. And I do want to show you a little bit of her work while I have you here, just to help her out a little bit. She makes these as well. Let's see. I don't know what she calls them, but they're made out of clay and they're so cute. Look at that little guy. Good time to show him for Halloween. And even like cake, it's so cool. So cool, clay creation. She makes all kinds of medium though, and even she packages them and puts notes and stuff. She's just gonna do such a wonderful job. And also very special friends, Keith and Catherine, had made a beautiful blanket of an array of photos that they found on Facebook. That was so nice and very meaningful. And it's good to have friends that are kind and thoughtful. So today is going to be more dog focused. And I do want to start out with one quote. Money will buy a pretty good dog, but it won't buy the wag of his tail. And that is from the Good Stuff magazine. I'm not sure if it's still in existence, but it's a really cool, cute little magazine. All right. So today I'm going to be reading a chapter that I have recognized for many years, but haven't really truly understood until recently. And it is from The Art of Being. I love this one, and I will be reading more from this one by Dennis Merritt Jones. So we'll get started here. And I'm actually in my meditation area right now, and it's calming, so that's good. All right, and the title of this is Feed the Dog. And the quote, it isn't that they can't see the solution, it's that they can't see the problem. Gilbert K. Chesterton. Once a troubled youth went to his tribal elder and said, I keep having a very bad dream. In my dreams, there's always a white dog and a black dog fighting each other. I sense that the white dog is good and the black dog is evil, and I am troubled because I do not know which one will win. The elder replied, the white one will. The youth replied, how do you know this is so? The elder simply smiled and said, because this is the dog you will feed. This well-known story is a metaphor and a classic example of how our minds work for many of us. We spend so much time feeding our minds with conflicting thoughts based on the appearance of evil or negative situations that it is no wonder why life seems like a bad dream at times. My question for you is, which dog are you feeding today? There are countless opportunities throughout the day to find negative things on which to focus our attention. If we are not mindful, this habit can sweep us right into a collective unconscious, which is where the big black dog of fear has a feeding frenzy. In his great book, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle writes, compulsive thinking has become a collective disease. Your whole sense of who you are is derived from your mind's activity. Your identity, as in it is no longer rooted in being, becomes a vulnerable and ever-needing mental construct, which creates fear as a predominant underlying emotion. To become conscious of being, you must reclaim consciousness from the mind. The point is this: what we continually focus our attention and energy on becomes, which is what we ultimately identify as the basis of our reality. Begin to explore where your mind is taking you. With what are you identifying as your core reality? To what are you giving your attention? Either you are rooted in being, God's presence here and now, or you are rooted in the external world, where the mind runs rapid, feeding on the latest fears presented by the media and unconscious others. You cannot have it both ways. A house divided always falls. Take a stand of your emotional and physical body, as well as the body of your relationships. Is there an unshakable presence there? Is there a sense of balance and wholeness present there? If you are truly rooted in being, the answer will be a resounding yes. If your answer is no, it is safe to assume you're probably feeding the wrong dog. Well, it is never too late to teach an old dog new tricks. Today, you can reclaim consciousness from the mind. You can feed the white dog well. There is a practice, a mindfulness practice that he puts in here. The first step to being rooted in being is to become aware of what you are when you are not rooted in being, and making a conscious choice to align with presence in that holy instant. How many of us can feed that wrong dog? Honestly, I've spent most of my life feeding the wrong dog. It's like an unconscious program that had been programmed so many years ago. So many years ago from people that had said things to me. And at that time, you take it in. You take it in and you think, well, that's how I am. When in reality, those things don't really make a difference in the end. I guess how I feel when I'm by myself now is I feel peaceful. And grateful. Where it's so different than even a few years ago. I was angry, and even though I had the appearance of being kind or nice, there's actually a difference between being kind and being nice. The difference is being kind is a choice. When you are nice, you almost feel obligated to like um, be nice. You're almost not being yourself. You really want to impress people or make them like you. While being kind is a conscious choice, and I do try to be that. And I notice other people do too, and it's a very beautiful thing. um, so I also wanted to share with you today a beautiful movie that goes along with this theme. I'll get it for you right now. This movie is called Love Leads the Way. It was made by Disney, based off of a book, First Lady of the Seeing Eye, by Morris Frank. Morris Frank had been injured in a boxing accident, and he lost his sight. And he was portrayed in the movie as a very upset man. But he hears of a lady who is training seeing eye dogs in Switzerland. And he writes her a letter, and she responds. This is in the 1920s. He goes over there and trains with the first seeing eye dog. Her name is Buddy. She becomes his companion. And the seeingeye.org, which is still in existence, you can look it up, the seeingeye.org. And they've helped, the Seeing Eye has created more than 16,000 partnerships between people and dogs since 1929. I'm going to read what this movie is about here. Love Leads the Way is a true story of Morris Frank, who is played by Timothy Bottoms, who was blinded in a boxing accident and became the first person to train with the seeing eye dog. And Dorothy Eulis, oh goodness, I looked up the pronunciation and I think I pronounced that wrong, so I apologize for that. She's a founder of the Seeing Eye Incorporated. Their struggle to gain legislative and public acceptance of the guide dog is a concept compelling to a heartwarming story. And I do have to say, the ending of this was absolutely awesome, because they go to court to pass this bill, and there's a lot of senators that don't want anything to do with this at all. And one of the senators puts up an obstacle, I mean an insane obstacle, to get to the front of the courtroom. Well, Buddy and Morris approach there, and Buddy goes in front of him like she's supposed to when she knows there's danger. Or it's not the good way to go. And she guides him to a side aisle. They go up front that way, and everybody is absolutely stunned. It's very neat. And then they start to clap after that. And then on the way back, she takes him through that obstacle. And this is when she is failing in health. Oh gosh, I hope love leads your way. Oh, we all need that in our life, for love to lead our way. There's so much I want to say with this one. And I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you take something from it. I'm just now beginning to understand, so this is a a new journey, but I am so grateful every day. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. Yes. I also wanted to bring up, um, I saw a homeless man recently, and I've seen him before. He's on the side of the interstate. And I was getting my chili from Wendy's that I love, and I get two large ones with onions. And I went past and I'm like, girl, you've got to give him one. You've got to. Like, period. There's just turn back around, get your ass over there and give him a chili, okay? So I did. And I luckily the light was red, so I hopped out of the van and I ran over to him, and the look in his eye was just, he was so immensely grateful. And I gave him the chili. I let him know that there was onions in it, hoping that, he'd be okay with that. And and right next to him was his companion. It was a small dog. And the look in her eyes was like this. She was full of joy. She didn't care about his past. She didn't care about his future. She didn't care because he treats her with love and she treats him with love. There is an incredible bond we can all have with each other. Dogs have it. They're grounded in presence. They're grounded in love. They don't know sometime they're going to die. They don't know that. Humans are the only ones that know, yet we are so misguided. Why is this? It's a question that I wonder if, I think health has a lot to do with it. If we're not physically healthy and we're not giving our bodies what they need, I think there's definitely something there. I know that I had been majorly unhealthy for most of my life and had been through constant medication changes, at least 10 for mental health disorders. And now that I don't feed my body I give my body what it needs now, and that is such an important thing, and it's what we're missing in vitamins. I'm sorry, I don't mean to end out on this way. I am becoming more passionate about it now that I'm realizing it. And I just pray for everybody out there that you guys find happiness. I'm right there with you. We are all in this together. Just like that homeless man, whatever his journey is, and his beautiful companion, I wish we could treat each other all that way, no matter what we had done in the past, or what we're going to do, to be grounded in presence and kindness and help. I'd like to end this segment on a quote. And of course, I'm reading from the treasure chest. When your own burden is heaviest, you can always lighten a little some other burden. At the times when you cannot see God, there is still open for this sacred possibility to show God. For it is the love and the kindness in human hearts through which the divine reality comes home to men, whether they name it or not. Let this thought then stay with you. There may be times when you cannot find help, but there is no time when you cannot give help. George S. Merriam. I wish you love on your journey, whatever it may be, that you find peace within yourself, regardless of the outside circumstances. I love you guys. I hope you find value in this message from this 34-year-old that may not know what she's talking about, but you know what? What the hell? Oh, you guys take care. Blessings to you. See ya.